Carolina and Company Live is sponsored by the businesses, organizations, and groups featured in this program. The views and opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect that of WPDE ABC 15, WWMB CW21, or its employees.
You're watching Carolina and Company Live. Your source for fun, entertainment, and events. With your hosts, Cecil Chandler and Amanda Sellers. If it's happening in the area, it's on Carolina and Company Live.
And hello, everybody. Welcome to Carolina and Company Live. It's a Monday, and I'm so glad you're here. And for those people in our coverage area that have snow,
that's right.
I know you're having fun.
Absolutely. Did you get to experience any snow when you were on this weekend?
I did not. I got out of North Carolina visiting the grandkids. I got out before it started. I left Saturday night to come home.
That's a shame. You could have made some great snow angels.
I know it.
And all
I'd
that
had to stay up there for another day or two.
And all we got here was cold and rainy.
That's right.
Yep.
But we're going to get some more, I think.
That's right.
I think
absolutely.
So.
I mean, we're having a pretty good day here today. Talking about weather, let's see what Zach's got lined up for us.
All right, well, our temperatures right now are sitting in the 30s. There is still a little bit of a breeze out of the north to northwest, but that breeze not too terrible. But I would not be surprised, especially inland, if some of these upper 30 numbers feel more like the mid 30s. Nothing that you're really going to be able to tell a difference. 2-degree difference is not really noticeable to the skin. Live Doppler 15,000 has been tracking some of that moisture. It's actually now a two-pronged system of moisture. The first half is to the north. Take a look just north of Lumberton. Right there, there's that rain-snow line. It is exceptionally close to portions of Robinson County. Our radar indicating some of these yellows, oranges, and greens that you see, that is the rain-snow line. We can utilize radar, and the way it moves, we send out a horizontal pulse and a vertical pulse, and through mathematical equations, we can determine the size of the particles falling from the sky, and that in turn can help us determine where that rain-snow line is. So we can confirm that rain-snow line just about 10 miles north of Lumberton right now, but a lot of this moisture is actually moving away. It's not moving into our region, so it should not become a concern for Lumberton. It's the moisture out west, believe it or not. This stuff has formed only in the past hour. It's brand new as a new developing low. Our third area of low pressure has officially formed over Atlanta. Now that low will be moving our way, and I want to preface that what you're about to see is our forecast model. This is no one specific forecast model, not the American, not the Euro, not the NAM. This is our forecast, our best guess as to what is happening based off of observations across the region. Some of this light rain expected to continue throughout the day, but then after 3 o'clock, notice the rain shield builds back in across the Grand Strand and across the PD by 6:30. The question remains, how much cold air will be there aloft? We do believe there will be some sort of a line here across Horry, Marion, Florence, and even Darlington counties. I would not be surprised if this actually expands just a little farther north towards Laurinburg, where some rain, snow, or rain, sleet may mix in, but that will quickly end after midnight as the moisture profile quickly dries out. Some of the cities that may see some of that rain, snow there by midnight, we're talking Kingstree, potentially Florence, as well as Lake City. All right, here's a look at that 7-day forecast. It's going to be pretty nice after today with temperatures back into the 50s and 60s. A new rain shower system coming our way Friday and Saturday. That one could be heavy.
Giving to those in need is as easy as a click. See how to help others after our advertiser. If you want to experience the gift of giving to those in need, we've got some top sites that let you donate online. The Salvation Army is almost synonymous with Christmas, but if you can't find anyone ringing the bell or don't have cash in your pocket, you can give online at salvationarmy.com. They help people in need through soup kitchens and services. A less familiar charity helps share love to children of prisoners. You can help these families through the Angel Tree program of prisonfellowship.org. Marines serve through their Toys for Tots program that was started by Reserve Major Bill Hendricks. His friend Walt Disney created the logo. I'm Francie Black. For more great tips, visit TicTangoToday.com.
We've got a great show lined up for today, but first we're going to talk about a few things happening. Cecil?
That's right. You know, it feels like winter, but it's still fall. And let me tell you what's going on at the haberdashery. They are ready with new quarter zips from Johnny O, Southern Tide, and Southern Point. They have new patterns in long sleeve button-down shirts, and this year will be the year for corduroy slacks in colors to match. Haberdashery also has some great-looking sports coats and suits. White and dark chocolate brown are going to be some of the hottest colors this year. Haberdashery is open from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and on Saturdays from 9 until 5, so you can always go by. And they do free custom gift wrapping for all of your Christmas, birthday needs. Haberdashery in Conway, where it's all happening when you want to look nice dressed up. Thank you so much for helping me look nice.
So nice, so nice. It is Monday, December the 10th, and this is Human Rights Day.
And it's also Love Your Neighbor Day.
All right, go ahead.
I'm going to do the next one for us, the hard one.
Are you?
Yeah, go ahead.
There's just one we can't pronounce their name.
Yeah,
so
I'm
we're
going to
give
pronounce
it our
it.
best shot.
You go ahead.
1961, Nia Peoples, 57 years old, 1982's TV series Fame, Walker, Texas Ranger, and the movie Pretty Little Liars, also the TV soap opera The Young and the Restless.
All right, I'm going to try it. 1977, Emmanuel Chakuya, I think, 41 years old, from the
I don't
hit
think
show
that's right.
Entourage, and the movie Don't Mess with Zoad. And also,
That's right, yep.
I did pretty good. Go ahead.
We'll get an email about that. 1985, Raven Simone, 33 years old, The Cosby Show from 1989 to 1992, also the Disney series That's Raven, and also Cheetah Girls.
All right, let's go. Today in history, it was 1953. Hugh Hefner published the first Playboy magazine with an estimated $7,600. He did pretty good on that investment.
Yeah, really, really good. 1965, the Grateful Dead played their first concert. The show took place at Fillmore Auditorium in San Francisco, California.
All right, from the Know It All department, where we learn something every day, and boy, did I learn something today. All right, listen up.
I haven't read it. I can't
Listen
wait.
now, a $20 gold coin deflected a bullet that saved the life of Lieutenant George Dixon of the Confederate Army during the Civil War.
Wow.
It forever became his lucky coin. The coin was found 137 years later in the sunken wreckage of the Confederate submarine, the Hunley.
Wow.
How about that? They found it
Okay.
137 years on the Hunley.
That's a really good one.
That's a good one. I like
Absolutely.
that. That's for the Know It All department today. We got a great show lined up, some fun stuff. You're going to learn something if you just hang around.
The following segment is paid for by the American Immigration Lawyers Association.
And welcome back, everybody, to Carolina and Company Live. All right, immigration in America. That's what we're going to talk about today. Legal expert explains how the midterm election results will impact immigration issues in the months and years ahead.
That's right. Today we have Benjamin Johnson, Executive Director of the American Immigration Lawyers Association, with us. Benjamin, how are you?
I'm doing great. Great to be here.
All right. Tell us a little bit about the Trump administration's current policy on immigration as well as asylum seekers.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's obvious that the Trump administration has really got a real negative view of immigration. I think from the beginning of his campaign, the president has really been a purveyor of some angry rhetoric about immigration. And I think what's most dangerous, quite frankly, is that they don't really have a lot of clear policy ideas. What their biggest policy is to use immigration as a political weapon. And I think that really is not going to get us the change that we need. It's not going to get us the immigration policy that we need. And I think voters, quite frankly, are a little tired of politicians who keep talking about problems and won't solve them.
How will the midterm election results, impact immigrations?
That's right. The future and, in the next year as well.
Yeah, listen, lots of people with lots of ideas about what the midterms mean. For me, what I saw millions of voters reject the politics of division and anger and start voting for solutions. And that's what I think that the elected officials should hear from the electorate. Is, if you're showing up every day at your job complaining about a problem and you've got no solutions, you ought to get fired. And I think some people who've been playing politics with this issue for a long time got fired. And I think it's up to those folks who got hired to say that they're going to put forward ideas. We know what those ideas are. We've been talking about this issue for a long time. The way to fix our immigration system is to modernize it, bring it out of the 1990s and into the 21st century. So we've got an immigration system that's good for American workers, good for the American economy, and good for our communities. And I think that elected officials who are working on those kinds of solutions, those are the ones that are going to get elected in 2020.
All right, talk about undocumented immigrants and what do they do if they're worried about deportation?
Yeah, there's plenty of reason for people to be worried. I think the zero tolerance policy that the Trump administration has been driving has got a lot of people scared. And I think the most important thing that people can do, whether you're an immigrant or you're somebody who's trying to find out what kind of reform we need, is get the facts. There is information that's out there that talks about how our immigration system works, how it can be reformed. So I think folks that are worried about their situation, don't get scammed by somebody who's going to sell you a bad idea for a lot of money. Go out there, talk to an expert, talk to an immigration lawyer, and find out what your options are so that you can figure out if you have options, if there is a way for you to get out of the shadows and into a legal status.
All right. Thanks a lot, Benjamin. We appreciate the information today.
That's right. We've got more coming up on Carolina and Company Live. Stick around.
All right, coming up, the International Bake Sale is coming up right here in Myrtle Beach, and we're going to find out more about it.
That's right. We've got Alexander with us. Alexander, tell us about the bake sale. Now, International Bake Sale at the Orthodox Church. You know, you've got a whole plate of cookies right here for me, and they're from all over the world. Is that what you guys are trying to do, bring everyone together?
Sure, yeah. Everyone at our church, they come from Russia, Ukraine, they come from Romania, they come from Moldova, Lebanon, Syria, Greece, and so really we come together and we offer each other and offer Myrtle Beach our traditions, our culture. We come together and we'll have our cookies at different places all over our church hall, and we'll have them set up $8 a pound. So you can come, we'll have a glove for you in a box, and you can take your cookies and pick out.
Big cookie exchange.
Big cookie exchange, yeah. And take what you'd like, and we'll also have cakes and rolls and breads as well. Along with a church tour, we'll have a church tour there, and if you've never been to Orthodox Church, there's a lot to see from our iconography, our church architecture, and our hymnography, and some of our hymns will play as well, and get a little a dose of what actually has been sung for about 15 to 1800 years in our Orthodox Church, so all the way back to the Byzantine Empire and even before. So we'll have all that.
Cool.
And it's a beautiful church. I mean, the
gosh.
paintings and all on the ceilings are so nice in there.
Yeah.
All right, now, all this takes place on what date?
This is this Saturday, December 15th, from 11 to 3 p.m.
Okay.
And who's invited?
Everyone. We'll take everyone. The doors are open. Come and see. We'll have, cookies, our church tour, and
And what I think is neat is you're going to be able to, even bring the kids, get them experience some different culture, not just obviously your Greek Orthodox Church, but all the people passing out the cookies, I bet, have a little information about their culture as well.
They do, exactly, yeah. I mean, so many stories. I've only been here for about 3 months, and at St. Nicholas for about 3 months, but we have some unbelievable stories. People that have come from persecution between Lebanon and Syria, and in the Soviet Union and Russia. So there's just been a lot of stories.
Where are you from originally? Where are you from?
Originally, I'm from Massachusetts.
Okay.
My descent is Lebanese and Syrian.
All right.
All right. Father, we thank you for having on the show.
Thanks for being with us.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
Appreciate
you for
it.
the cookies. We're going to eat them.
Likewise.
Likewise, he said.
A lot more coming up. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
All right, coming up on the 15th is going to be the 19th annual South Carolina Women's Conference. It's going to be over there in Marion. We're going to find out all about it.
That's right. It's called Woman to Woman. Is that right?
Correct.
That's what it's
Woo,
called.
we got it right. Good.
Marvin Hemingway's with us now, and we'll tell you about something else we're going to be doing this week, too. First, let's talk a little bit about this.
We have our children, the job readiness training children, and our task site teen after school program. Our youth and their parents will be sponsoring and hosting our 19th annual South Carolina Woman to Woman Conference. And we will be honoring about 25 agencies. So we'll be looking at agencies this year, not individuals.
All right,
agencies, businesses, and companies.
All right, now where's all this going to take place?
This is going to be at the ACR building in Marion, Pleasant Grove Baptist Church. in that banquet hall.
That's right off the bypass.
Right off 501 bypass.
Yeah, 501 bypass. All right, now something else. We're going to be with you live this Friday for a whole 30-minute show in Marion.
That's right.
Let's talk about what all we're going to cover that day.
We're going to cover the Teen After School program. We're going to cover the Job Witness Training program. We're going to cover the Denim Day program. And we're going to cover the Marion County Youth Day and the Women's Conference.
So we got a lot we're going to be talking about that day.
Yes, sir.
All right, now let me ask you this. How long have you been involved with this, Marion?
19 years. With
19 years.
ABCs.
Are you originally from Marion?
I'm originally from Bridges Neck, but I now live in Marion.
All right, now this women's conference that we're talking about, who can come to this? Can anybody come?
Men and women are welcome. We welcome anyone to come. Tickets are $20, but we have Anderson Brothers Bank, we have Wood Forest Bank, that they are donating tables for individuals that cannot buy their own tickets, so they're donating tables.
That's very good. And you got a lot of big sponsors that are helping you with this.
We also, again, we have the Anderson Brothers Bank.
Yeah.
They are helping to pay for our live show on Friday.
Yeah.
And Wood Forest Bank.
All right, we thank Anderson Bank for that then. We appreciate you, Mark. We're going to see you Friday.
Friday.
We'll be there live.
Yes, sir.
All right? Thank you.
Yeah, I mean,
Appreciate it.
but the women's conference, just a piece of the programs that you guys have there. And like I said, on Friday, we're going to get to see all of them.
All of them.
Pretty
Woman
cool.
to woman.
Really good,
And
good
the good
work
thing
you guys
about
are
it,
doing.
just because it's a women's conference, men can come.
Men and children, anyone
Men
can
and children,
come.
anybody can come.
Anyone can
And
come.
it is encouraged. Awesome.
Yes, it is.
Thanks,
See you
Mark.
on Friday.
Thank you. See you
All
on Friday.
right, stick around. We'll be back. All right, so coming up in January is a really special day. This guy right here has been in the TV business. It will be 47 years starting on January the 10th. And I tell you, I mean, 47 years, guess what?
In television,
I'm not even close to being 47 yet.
I know it. It's been a great time. You know,
Yeah.
we've had a lot of fun in this. I've interviewed so many good people.
That's what I was going to ask. I mean, and we were talking earlier, man, if you had cell phones, you'd have been able to take so many pictures.
Man, I know it. I had Reagan. I didn't get a picture with him. I didn't get one with President Carter. Let's see, Fred Sanford.
Yeah.
Jerry Butler, Gene Chandler, the Duke of Earl.
Very
all
cool.
those people, we did not have phones that could take pictures. You had to have a camera.
Dick Clark.
Yeah, Dick. I got a picture with Dick
You
Clark.
did,
though.
that's
I
right.
took a camera with me.
Hey, look, here's some
There it is.
pictures right there.
There's President Clinton.
Very cool.
Yeah, George Wallace. That's when I got the
Order of
Order of
Palmetto.
Palmetto, yeah.
That's right.
And that is Ernest T. Bass. in the middle.
How about that?
Hey,
Oh boy,
Chuck
there he
Norris.
is. Watch out.
Yeah.
Look at
Arnold
that.
Palmer.
What year
Boy,
was that?
I don't know. It was a long time ago. Walter Cronkite.
Very cool.
President Ford. That was a red leisure suit. Boy, it was ugly. Dan Rather. There he is.
Oh, there
Dick
he
Clark,
is.
my favorite picture. Paul Harvey.
Wow.
John Boy and Billy. Dolly Parton. That was the first time I interviewed her when 9 to 5 came out.
Look at that.
And Donny Osmond's sisters, Marie, Paul Anka. Man,
Very
some
cool.
great. I didn't know I had this many. Darrell Waltrip. Just one racing picture I threw in there. And it's just been a great career. I mean, I've met so many people along the way.
Well, and that's the thing, you know, that you always have on his computer, he has all these pictures that roll constantly, and he'll be like, come here, and I'll come over there, and he'll tell me the stories about him. That's how I know about Dick Clark. Tell us about the story of Dick Clark real quick.
Dick Clark was in Charlotte, and I sent a letter to his New York and his California office, and I called both of them because they're only going to give one interview, and I got the interview. And when
right.
Dick Clark came out, he says, you're the guy that bothered everybody at all my offices. I said, yes, sir. He said, well, that's why you got the interview.
There we
and
go.
I got the interview with Dick Clark.
That's pretty cool. Has it always been easy to get the interviews? Have you had to really do a lot of work?
Well, you had to work on them. You know, some of them were so easy to do. I mean, Jackie Gleason was a great interview. Bob Hope was a super interview. He was in Florence. And, you know, it's just some of them were easy to do. Red Fox was not easy. He was a little rude.
Yeah.
But, you know, some of these guys were just super people.
How
Ronald
about-
Reagan,
Yeah.
greatest guy in the world.
Very cool. Now, obviously, other than your time here with me, which is your favorite part of your career, as we all know, what has been,
Yeah.
no, honestly, what
No.
years of your career have been your favorite? Can you narrow that down
It's
at all?
hard to say because all this happened during my entire time in the business. And I can't say, really. I mean, I enjoyed interviewing Jimmy Carter. Ronald Reagan was my favorite interview there. But, you know, it was just a lot of fun.
Because it was always different, right?
Yes, always different.
Okay, now I do want to know, in your TV career, you've not always been, you know, a host or an anchor or something like that. What are the different jobs you've had in your TV career?
All right,
That's what
I did sports for a while, anchored sports, and then I went into news. I started doing hard news, and which I really enjoyed, and then moved into now doing features, and you know, it's just a lot of fun.
You were news director.
Yeah.
You've been an anchor. Now the only thing he said he hasn't done is weather. So hopefully Zach's going to give him a little. Oh, there he is! There he is!
Zeddy, take a photo with me.
Okay, here, taking
Just
a photo
in case.
for weather.
Okay, now that, out of
good.
all the photos you just showed,
the best one?
that's the best one now. You're welcome.
All
Awesome.
right.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations in
Thank
January.
you.
We will tell you guys again about it. We just wanted to give you a little highlight. We hope you guys have a wonderful
All right, we'll
afternoon.
see you tomorrow.
We'll
Tell
see
them
you
bye,
later.
Zach.
Bye.
Carolina and Company Live is sponsored by the businesses, organizations, and groups featured in this program. The views and opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect that of WPDE ABC 15, WWMB CW 21, or its employees.
It's a Tuesday coming up in a few minutes on Carolina Company Live. We're talking about the Myrtle Beach Seahawks, all things athletics, and they sure do a fantastic job.
That's right. The Grand Strand Humane Society is going to be here with Pet of the Day. We'll be talking about that.
All right, we're talking about the town of Surfside right there
Yes.
near you. They're having a movie night. You don't want to miss it.
Yes, it's a great movie, too. We'll tell you more about it. Scotland County Firefighters Association is having their annual Outdoorsman giveaway and raising money for the fire department. They'll be here to talk about that.
That's right, all that and more. We'll see you in a few minutes.
All right, coming up in just a few minutes, we've got the Myrtle Beach Car Club. They're going to be here giving out a lot of money to a number of charities.
All right, and the 5th annual Beard and Mustache competition. Now, it was postponed in September. They're having it again. It's going to be right there at the Beaver Bar.
And a Christmas to Remember in Florence is coming up, and they're collecting toys and clothes for over 100 families. We'll tell you more about that.
Also, the Merle's Inlet Masonic Lodge fundraiser is coming out. All that and more on Carolina and Company Live. We'll see you in a minute.
Hello, everybody. It's a Thursday. Coming up in just a few minutes, Tommy is here from Coastline Pet Supply talking about how to take care of your pets and a